Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video, and welcome to Moscow. I've got a nice, interesting video for you today of a Russian-owned supermarket chain. It's called Magnolia, and it's right behind me. We're gonna go and check it out. The store we're gonna walk around is called Magnolia, and the best that I can understand, Magnolia in different English translations is either a color or it's a flower, and perhaps that's what they're going for. And it's open 24 hours a day. How nice is that? It's never closed. This is also a Russian-owned supermarket chain, and looks like they've got a promotion for coffees, which is always nice. And this particular brand of supermarkets is in Moscow and Moscow region. It's not spread out all over the whole of Russia, but they have more than 200 of these stores. Now, it's a lot bigger than what I realized. Perhaps Jen can wave for us. She realized that in lieu of me making a video, she can get some coffee. There's actually a little sit-down area here, so you can have a drink and a snack. And this is a really nice store. Actually, a subscriber to the channel let me know about this store, or this chain of stores, that I should come and make a video here. So I thought it's only appropriate I find one in Moscow and come and do a walk around. And this feels, when you first walk in, like it's a convenience store. But then as you walk around a little bit more, it's really a full-line supermarket with everything. Now I'm curious if I can get the whole video in without editing it. Let's see. There's a nice cold drinks fridge here. And most stores in Russia don't have a lot of chilled drinks. Now this is nice to walk in here, get a cold drink, and have a look what I see on the shelf right there. Coca-Cola, Pepsi. There's even Lipton ice tea right there. And there's plenty of regular Russian branded drinks. Actually have a look at all of the Schweppes and Fanta flavors that they have. Dr. Pepper. So even in these times where all the brands have left Russia, they're quite clearly on the shelf in this store. This has a very nice range of drinks. So these are all the drinks at room temperature. This is generally how most people buy them, particularly now that it's colder weather outside. You don't necessarily want something that's chilled. This is my lemon drink that I really like. This is my new favorite drink right now. Let's have a wander around and see what we can find. Now, I literally just walked in here a few minutes earlier and decided to come for a full tour of the place. Lots of cat foods, and then it opens up to more drinks. This is the Russian favorite section if you're a beer drinker. All of the beer snacks, and even this salt and vinegar Pringles. I've not seen them for a long time. Salt and vinegar flavor. Here's all the different potato chips. And they have my spicy chicken ones down here. These are very nice. I used to like the bacon flavor, but I've changed now to spicy chicken. Lots of selections of chips. Then we come over to different juices. And I pointed this out before. Dobra Cola that I've shown quite a lot in videos. This is the orange juice and juice division of the company. This is what they're probably more famous for. And the factory that was producing these juices was the factory where Coca-Cola was produced. And now it's gone back to Dobra again. The alcohols. Wow, this store is nice. Now, I go a lot on first impressions when I walk into a supermarket or a store, and how it looks and how everything is displayed. And the one thing, even every label is facing forward. Every product is ticketed correctly. and every shelf is full. Now I am in here in the store at 9 o'clock in the morning. I had to come to this region of Moscow to get some documents sorted out, and we were very quick in and out of the business that I had to go to get my documents done. So I'm now heading back into Moscow, and I came across this store, and I've been looking for one for quite a while that was easy to find. All the different refrigerated beers, and here's a beer for my friend David in Italy. Peroni right there. There's even Guinness in a can. This has a lot of things that you don't see in a lot of even bigger supermarkets. There's a nice extra beer selection here. A lot of imported beers in this store. And the wine selection. And for considered a convenience store or a 24-hour store, this is very well stocked. I'm wondering if they've got Australian wines as I'm walking around. Now I did actually catch one here in the corner of my eye. Aussie Ridge. And it's about 10 Australian dollars. So it's really very reasonably priced as well. Some South African wine right there. Deep Creek. All the Australian ones have very typical Australian names. Beefsteak and Aussie Ridge. These aren't really names of wine brands in Australia, but I guess for export, that's how it works out. So many wines. I'd be really a little bit worried if I lived in the building above this place, because I'd be in here shopping a bit too much, just based on the selection of things. Now, this is a question I do have for everybody about these plastic plates and cups and knives and forks. In Australia now, it's completely banned that they sell disposable dinnerware and plasticware like this. It's completely not allowed to be sold in stores. And I think possibly these ones right here, maybe some kind of a recycled material, or the ones that break down in compost. But where you live in the world, let me know. Can you still buy disposable plates, disposable cups? Like you see, I'm very curious where you might be in the world and if they're still allowed to be sold. As I walk around, I'm really shocked at how wide the selection is of things in this store. Now, this is actually the second Magnolia I've been to. I've been to another one closer to where I live because it's easier just to go shopping there. I never made a video until now, so this is very interesting to see this store and just how nice it is and how organized it is. Even someone's put all of the canned tuna in the right direction. There's obviously somebody that runs this store who takes very nice care of the place and has a lot of pride in the store and how it looks. All of the jams and honeys. And there is a small frozen section, but not too many things. Just the dumplings right here, which is a pretty staple item. There's even some different Asian food products. And I think some of these brands are worldwide for sale. Sensoi, for sure, you can buy in any country in the world. And then over to the pickled vegetable section. And for a small store, it has a nice choice. And another thing I really like are pickled onions. And there's some mini ones right there. They're the cocktail onions. Sometimes people put them in their drinks as well. Peas and carrots and corn. So this is really quite a shock to see such a nice, well laid out store. Maybe because I've come in early in the morning. They've got everything sorted out from the night before. Lots of types of ice creams. I did see on another video a comment that they don't have ice cream in tubs in Russia. And that's fairly true. This is as much as they've got here. Just a couple of choices of ice cream in containers. There's some smaller ones here, actually with the chocolate bar brand names. And then BR and Ice, which we know as Baskin Robin. And that's about it. This is actually the most famous, I think, Russian version. It looks like a block of butter, but it's actually ice cream. And otherwise, the whole fridge is just single-serve ice creams. Looking up here at the cereals. Wow, coming around the corner. So many things in here. The choices of sauces. They also have there for the spaghetti sauce, Barilla. Here's another Italian product here, Mutti. We've actually tried this in our pasta sauce and it's very nice. Actually, I think the one we had was the one in the can here. So there's even a nice selection of pasta sauces. And we come over here now to the different cereals, pastas. Now, I'm also always curious about why there is so many types of tomato sauce. Have a look at how many choices you have just of the different Heinz brands, and then the domestic Russian versions of them as well. And in Russia, you can get frozen pizza, but really for the price of them in a supermarket, it's just as cheap to go to a pizza place and get it either delivered or pick up for not really more than a few rubles than the price of a frozen one. And then this is all of the household items. And there's even things like socks in the store. This is all of the personal care items. They've got underwear. It's really such a surprise to see this place and how nice it is. Now I really realize why I was recommended to come here to make a video, because of the assortment of things, the choices. The one thing that everybody wants, I think, in the world is to be able to walk in a shop and get what they want or find something. And even 24 hours a day, I mean, how many people need a pizza cutter 24 hours a day? Or maybe a new frying pan. But they're right here. And then all of the cleaning products. As I head back around the aisle, my very favorite Fairy dishwashing liquid. So a lot of the videos that I make, I call them Russian typical supermarkets. Now this particular chain of stores has more than 200 locations. So it's not a small mum and dad type of store. This is a full line chain of supermarkets all throughout Moscow and then Moscow region. And you know, they don't just have a few items and a little bit here and there. They have some very nice looking grapes right there as well. And the refrigerated vegetables. I think then, as we first walked in, they had all the classic fruit and vegetables as we know them. Big section of toilet papers, actually really large choice. And as I pointed out in other videos, they like to have the children's section close to the entrance of a lot of stores as well. And there's no difference in this shop, they've got it the same way. And then we come around to all of the dairy products and refrigerated items. Lots of choices of yogurts. Now, again, I want to ask people, as you're watching this video, does this look like a convenience store or a supermarket where you live? I really am in the suburbs of Moscow here. This is not close to the center of Moscow in any way. This is a traditional Russian older style building that we're underneath. It's very normal that they build businesses or shops in the lower floor of apartment buildings. Nice selection of hams, nothing like that, and a bit of cream cheese on a sandwich, and you're good. Does this look like a supermarket where you live? Do they have the choices like you're seeing on the shelves? Nutella is still in Russia. I wonder if anybody would be happy if I made a video about all of the Western brands that are for sale in the stores here in Russia. Of course, the other thing that's important is a lot of the Western brands have Russian domestic manufacturing. So you can understand in your head that they've all left Russia, but they're all produced domestically at factories that are actually even in Moscow or other major cities in Russia. Nice selection of coffees. Lots of different brands of coffee. I don't want to get in anybody's way, so yeah, this is super nice. And of course, we can't get away from aisles with all the chocolates in Russian supermarkets. It seems to be a common occurring thing in any supermarket that I go to. They've got a very nice selection of them. Mummy's cake. Wouldn't mind some chocolate cake. It's way too early in the morning for me to want to have chocolate cake. I shouldn't even be thinking about it. They have a nice selection of meats here also. This doesn't have, you know, aisles of meats and aisles of dairy products like a big supermarket would have, but it really has everything that you want. Also, the pricing as well is pretty much exactly on par with any big hypermarket or larger chain supermarket in Russia. So coming to this store that's 24 hours, it's not increased prices just because it's 24 hours a day. We have some cheeses and some more hams and salamis. I just noticed here as well, they've got barbecue marshmallows. That's fun. I don't think I could do that on my balcony though, but it would be something to do if I went on a trip anywhere. They have some small bakery products here. They do actually have par-baked bread also in the store, so they've got the oven back there where they do the baking of the breads. Nice selection. And then these are the breads that would come from a bakery outside of Moscow somewhere and then delivered to the store. And there's some classic loaves of bread for 30 or 50 cents US. So you don't have to spend a lot just to get a loaf of bread. And maybe you want to give somebody a gift of something in the store. They got gift baskets and gift bags right here. And I'm almost through with the video, and I've done it almost in 3 cuts. And I've just spotted something here in the ready meal section. So a lot of these you can actually buy right here. There's a microwave over at the tables and chairs and eat it in the store. And they've got coffee as well. But what I've noticed, they've got Australian Bundaberg. This is a brand of ginger beer. They've actually got a lot of these sparkling drinks now as well. So this is a very famous Australian brand that I can buy right here in Moscow. Nice selection of cakes. This is a very nice store. And I hope whoever's the administrator of this shop, or if somebody from the Magnolia company is watching, someone takes a lot of pride in this store and how it looks. All of the candy down the bottom. And then at the back here, they've got a lot of the different premium alcohols. So one thing in Russia, very typically, is they've got alcohol and beer in the same supermarket locations. And most of the store is completely open for you to grab what you want, bring it to pay. But then behind the registers here, they've got some of the premium versions or higher end brands. They've actually got a nice selection of whiskies. You can even see back there, Jim Beam, Jameson. Nice choices, really and truly. I am really in awe of this store. Now, I don't give any bias when I'm making these videos. I want to put on the channel as many different types of shop as I can, and a lot of different versions of supermarkets that are in Russia, so that you can get a feeling for what the store is like and, you know, how it looks. I'm not really filming this video to show how empty it is with customers, because it's just gone 9 o'clock in the morning and it's super early that I'm actually in here walking around making the video. But it is a nice shop. Now I really want some grapes as well. Have a look at them right there. Even the signage is so organized. A lot of shops, especially with fruit and veg being high turnover, the signage never stays consistent. And you're always battling to know what the price of a certain fruit and vegetable item is. But in here, they're all well signed. There's even pictures representing what the product is right in front of the item. As I was just about to head out, I just noticed the baskets here and the shopping trolleys, and they're metal. Now, in most shops in Russia and in Moscow, they're all plastic, especially these smaller hand baskets. And in this store, there's metal ones. That's very nice to see these retro or classic style of baskets. And they've even got the smaller trolleys for the children as well. But how nice is that? As I make my way out of the store, I want to thank again the subscriber who mentioned to me about coming to Magnolia. I have been to one of them closer to where my house is, but I've never made a video there. And I found this one a little bit by accident as I was making my way from an office I had to visit into Moscow. So thank you for letting me know about it and getting me to make a video for the channel. I hope this is interesting. Please let me know in the comments where you live in the world. Is a 24-hour supermarket, or is a local supermarket like Magnolia that I've just walked out of here? Even if I look and compare it to Australian supermarkets, we don't have, you know, the smaller version of supermarkets that look like that. This is very well stocked, has a lot of imported items as well, and a lot of non-Russian produced items, particularly the drinks and the wines and some of the chocolates. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you are a subscriber of the channel, thanks for watching and sticking with Traveling with Russell. Also to all the channel members, a big shout out to you as well. I think the sun is gonna affect as I'm walking right here. Let me spin around and get the sun in the other direction. This is actually my underground. I've got to go down to get the metro to go home. So yeah, thanks for watching. I've got a link to my Telegram channel right here if you want to join me on Telegram. I post a lot of things every day. You're more than welcome to chat to me there. And I put another video for you to watch right here on the channel. Something a little bit older, something that you may have not watched before. You can check that out right now. Okay, everybody, I'm off on another adventure. Bye.